haven't done a Facebook Live for a while. Feeling a little bit nervous. I wanted to talk today about two different kinds of happiness and which one we are chasing. And, you know, the first kind of happiness is the kind that I think that most of us, when you say, I just want to be happy, I think what most of us have in mind is this first kind of happiness. Maybe not. Maybe this isn't true for all of us. But I think if we're not consciously thinking about it, what we're after is the absence of negative emotion, right? We want to feel good, you know? We don't want to feel sad. We don't want to feel depressed. We don't want to feel frustrated or angry or annoyed or jealous or uncomfortable, right? And so we're doing these things in life that we think will make us happy. And I think it's important to point out that we all have these beliefs about what produces happiness, right? And those beliefs come from lots and lots of different places. But very rarely, I wouldn't say never, but for most of us, those beliefs that we have are not intentional. They're not beliefs that we chose. They're beliefs that we picked up along the way from family and culture and experience and things like that, right? So there's these two types of happiness, and the first is this absence of negative emotion. So this is like fun and joy and like free-spirited and all of these things, right? And so we do things, we fill our lives full of activities and we try to eliminate the things that make us feel negative emotion. We try to eliminate these things that don't make us feel positive emotions, and we try to add more things that do make us feel positive emotions, right? Like that's typically the cycle that we're in. And then there's this other kind of happy that I want to talk about a little bit, just touch on, and that is like soul happy. And soul happy can exist when you're sad. It can exist when you're depressed. It can exist when you're annoyed and frustrated and all of these things, right? It's not dependent on only positive emotion. And I've been thinking a lot about this lately as I'm, getting ready to, as we're starting the next round of Redefining Happy, starting on Wednesday. This time is a 7-day challenge, which I'm super excited about. But this topic has really been on my mind, and I've been thinking about, things will happen. Like yesterday, I did a post yesterday about it. It was just a rough day. Everything went wrong. It was a struggle. And I think even just this year, like I can see in my eyes, like how exhausted I am. And I look around and, everybody's kind of the same. We're just dealing with so much, and we're so exhausted because we have all of the things of 2020. And we have all of the things that normally happen in life even when the year isn't kicking our trash, And I've been pausing, taking these moments to pause and to ask myself, am I happy? Like, is that true? Are you just saying this because you're teaching it, you're teaching it? Or is it real? And I keep coming, it's almost like an emotional, spiritual experience to think yes, I am happy. Like this, I would choose this any day. And it's not easy, it's really hard. And that's the difference, I think, between being soul happy and just happy. And, the happy, the joyful happy, I chased that for so long. And what it did is it left me less than happy because it left me full of shame. Because I thought the joyful happy, okay, here's what I need to do. I need to work out so I look good, right? I need to eat better so I feel healthy. I need to have a gratitude journal. I need to be more grateful, right? And I had all these lists of shoulds of this is how you make yourself happy. And none of those things are wrong or bad, right? All of those things are good. I need to be a better mom because if I'm a better mom, my kids will behave better and then I'll be happy. I need to live somewhere where there's good weather and have enough sunshine because then I'll be happy. I need to, I had all of these things and none of those worked. Either I was able to do it and it didn't work, or I wasn't, like getting to the gym and turning into a bikini model. Like that never worked. And so I would feel shame, like I don't have enough self-discipline. And it always kind of came back to that like, it was always my fault. Like I wasn't trying hard enough. I wasn't putting in enough effort. There was something wrong. I wasn't happy because there was something wrong with me. There was something broken. And I didn't consciously think that. I didn't think like, Sarah, you're broken. But it's that shame cycle, right? It's like that was the feeling without words. I don't know if that resonates or makes sense to anybody but me, but now, over the last 5 years, I've really been able to cultivate and to develop soul happy, where it doesn't matter what's going on. It doesn't matter what my momentary emotion is. My soul is happy. And that makes all the hard things totally different, right? Instead of being shut down by a really hard day like yesterday, where things would kind of spiral and I would end up in depression, it's like, I know that like, it's just a thing. It's just a day. It's just an experience. But like, I am grounded in who I am. And so, I really want to share with people how to find that and how to cultivate that in yourself. And the reason why I switched the Redefining Happy from just a free webinar or a free workshop to a free 7-day challenge is because we're talking about neural pathways. We're talking about how our brains are hardwired. And to change that hardwiring requires time, right? You don't just know. I use kale all the time as an example. Like, I know kale is good for me. I don't eat it, Like, knowing isn't enough. There has to be time and space to put things into practice, right? To sit with it, to recognize and have awareness around how it shows up in your life. And so I've broken this 2-hour workshop and spread it out so that we're just focusing on one simple thing each day, but the total of it is really transformative. I mean, it disrupts this pattern that we're all programmed to be in, to chase joy, right? And joy for sure is a part of happiness. Like, I'm not telling you not to feel joy, but this joyful happy, often actually what it is it's the opposite of soul happy because it's a numbing. We want to feel positive emotions and we try to fill our lives with these positive things to bury the things we don't want to feel, right? And so our souls aren't happy and we're just trying to pile enough joy on top of it to make it palatable, right? It's like, having a horrible dinner, and if you just put enough salt on it or enough soy sauce or something will make it taste better, right? But the meal is still not one that you want to eat. So that is what I'm so excited to talk to you about on Wednesday. So it'll take you less than 30 minutes each day. And most of it is, there's a quick video and a quick worksheet, and then the rest of it is just like awareness, just recognizing like, oh yeah, I see how this relates. I see how this shows up in my life. And that is the key. That is where those new neural pathways start to connect and the transformation starts to happen. It's not just hearing it. That's why we see memes and quotes and all of these things. We go to an inspirational lecture and we feel inspired while we're there. And then we go home and it's back to our normal life because that's how our brain is wired. That's the track that has been laid, right? We're ripping up that track and laying a new one, and that takes more than 2 hours. So I hope that you will join me. And I'll put a link here where you can go straight to the sign up. And you can come any time of day. You don't have to be there at a certain time. There will be a few live calls, but the recordings will be posted if you can't make the live calls. So you get to do it on your own time, just on your own time during that week. So, okay, love you. See you then.